Hello everybody and welcome to Red Granny's Recreation Station on this lovely sunny day. Now I was going to do another recycling activity because I've been having a good sort out and trying to reuse everything, and then I thought, do you know what I want to do today? I want to make some slime. So I thought, why not try and make some rainbow colours out of slime? So I haven't done this. I've done all sorts of different things with slime before, but I haven't actually made a rainbow. So what ingredients and things have we got today? I have got here a big bowl of clear PVA. Now you can get it in bottles like that. I buy big bottles, and you can get it at lots of shops, and I don't like to advertise for people, but Asda do some at a very good price. So if you're doing a shop online, doing some ordering, doing a click and collect, or somebody's going to Asda, stick that on your shopping list. This is the basic recipe. You know, I showed you one with laundry starch, but can't always get hold of that, and I haven't tried it with clear PVA yet. That'll be for another day. So what else do we need? Oops, I'm chucking things about. Bicarbonate of soda, and you can use the sort that you've got in your cupboard for your cakes, or you can use the sort that you find on the laundry shelves. It really doesn't matter which one you use. They both work. You only need a tiny bit. And then I like to make my own activator, and I've been making mine with this borax. Now you can use contact lens solution, but it must have borax in it, okay? But what I've done, I have got a mixture, and I will put the recipe up at the end. It's my basic recipe for 100 mils. Yes, I think it's 100. Yes, 100 mils of water for 1/4 of a teaspoon of of the borax. That's what's in there, and that's what I made a little while ago. So I shouldn't have forgotten that because I've only just done it. Put my measure in there, and I've got my water in my jug in case I need to make a bit more. So first things first. Also other things. Don't forget your stirrer. You know I like to use these bamboo sticks. Wash them, reuse them again and again and again, and they're quite economical, and like I say, you can keep reusing them. And I've had a sort through from my glitter, so I've got all the different colours. I've got a red. I've got, this one is going to be my orange because I actually didn't have a proper orange, so I've got that. So I'm doing that little rhyme in my head, Richard of York. So then I've got some yellow, and I found this. That was in my bits for doing for my nails, which are sparkly again. Gay green, battle, blue, indigo. I made my own indigo out of purple and blue, and then I found some violet, which is the vein. So it's Richard of York, Gay, battle, in, vein. So that's all the colours, and that's why I've got quite a lot of PVA in here. So shall we see how it goes? So now I've got to think, I've got about twice as much. The recipe says for bicarbonate of soda, I'll just open this, this is a new one, I'll use this one. On my recipe it says 1/4 of a teaspoon, it is even for when we're only doing a small amount, but I've got a 1/2 teaspoon measure here, and I'm going to use that today. It's still not very much, can you see? So that's your bicarbonate of soda going in first. So let's put that in and give that a stir till it disappears. Can you see? Stir, stir, stir. We've got some nice bubbles going on. Right. Good mix there going on. Now, I'm not going to tell you a rhyme at the moment because you know I like to do rhyme and slime. What I will do is pop up some rhymes and little poems at the end after I've put the recipe on, because lots of my poetry and silly rhymes and sensible rhymes and grown-up rhymes and poems as well have got rainbows in. So I will have a look and see which ones I fancy for today. Yeah, so that's all stirred in there. Or you can make your own rhymes up, can't you, as you're doing things. Stir, 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 stir. Yeah, so I've stirred in the bicarbonate of soda. Okay, and then in here, like I said, I've got my own activator that I've made, which is 1/4 teaspoon of the borax powder and 100 ml of water. And I'm just giving it a good shake. And what I'm using here is one of the bottles that I cleaned after I'd done my roots last week, because I know we've got far too much plastic and things going on, but where I can, I like to reuse them, so I put on some of my pretty gold tape. I think that makes a nice activator. Magic bottle, doesn't it? And squirting is quite easy. You can mix it in your measuring jug, but it's easier to add a little bit at a time when you've got a squirter. Sometimes I put my activator in washing up bottles, but again, have a root in the recycling and see what you've got. Oh, I'm going to need a bit more because I've got a big bowl of PVA here. Better keep stirring, haven't I? Let me see. Oh, now it's starting to go together. There we go. Oh, yep, a bit more. Stir, stir, stir. It's gone like clear jelly. Give it a little bit more. This reminds me of when we made pumpkins out of this recipe. That was a lovely activity. When I'm not doing these activities, keep checking out on Red Granny's Recreation Station, because I will be sharing some of the things that we've done in the past, some of the clips that I've made from our lovely activity days, and also I follow lots of other arts and crafty people and people that do activities, all sorts of different things, things for grown-ups, things for children, and I see things quite often and I think, oh, that looks pretty fabulous. I think I ought to share that with everybody, so keep having a look and I'll put some things on when I'm not doing things in the kitchen. Oh, I think we're nearly there with this. It needs to be coming away from the side. Can you see? I'll get my hands in a minute. Oh yeah, that's fabulous. Yeah, I've got some lovely slime there. Right, put a little bit of activator on my hands. If you have got sensitive skin, it's a good idea to give your hands... Well, we're doing lots of hand washing out at the moment. But the ingredients in it are quite safe. Oh, that's a lovely mixture. Right, let's take that out. All over there. Put a little bit. Oh, wowzer. Isn't that fabulous? Now I need to just get some bits out of the way. Put the lid back on there for a minute. See, look at that lovely slime. It is a slightly different texture to the clear PVA. Not ever so different. Feels squidgy. Right, so now give that a bit of a roll, and what I need now is 7 blobs, isn't it? For each one, for each colour. There we go, there's one. Another one. Put that there so you can see it. There we go. Another blob. The orange. Yellow. Green. Whoop. Oh, it is lovely stuff. Blue. Oops, that one's jumped into the yellow pile. Put the last bit up. I think that one's got about the same there. Green might have a little bit more. Let's put that there. So we've got indigo and violet over there. Can't see them all, but I'll show them as I do them. Right, so let's start off with our first blob. I'll just move those over there. And I've got my first little bit. I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to need to add, so this is a bit of an experiment. I'll make it nice and flat, like I'm making a pizza. Do you make your own pizzas? I don't know if you saw, I think it was last week, I shared a recipe that somebody had made of a rainbow pizza. Looked fantastic, so you can just check that out on my Facebook page. So I've sprinkled some red in the middle, mixing it in like I'm kneading dough. Look at that. Rub it round and round, and you keep going till you've got the colour and sparkle that you want. Of course, you can use food colouring, you can use paint. I'm just using things that I've got at home. And I've got some bits of paint, but I thought today a sparkly rainbow. Right, so that's my first bit of my rainbow. So let's see if I can get a nice rainbow shape with that bit. Oh, it is lovely. Oh, isn't it fabulous? Woohoo! It goes such a long way. This was not quite double the amount of PVA that I normally use, and you can see already, even with that little bit there, it does go a long way. So that's why it's handy if you do make up your borax solution, you've got some for another day. So even though that's only buy a big bag of this off the internet, it will last you ages. You've got to keep it somewhere safe. We use it diluted such a tiny bit, but you have to keep it safe because obviously with like lots of things for safety, you only have tiny bits. Right, so that's the red. So remember the rhyme. Also, we are still doing the rhyme. Richard of, and the of is for the orange because it's orange. And so I'll get another blob. Oh, look at that, isn't it wonderful? And get some of my, it's a bit of a coppery, but it's quite orangey. Pour that in the middle. Look at that. How fabulous. Well, I think that this rainbow slime has worked absolutely brilliantly. I'll take some pictures so you can see properly. You can see it's in front of me there, but without moving everything and everything falling off the table. What I'll do is I'll take some pictures. Thank you for joining Red Granny's Recreation Station today. If you make some fabulous things with your slime or any of the recycling things that we've been doing, please send me some pictures to share, because it's lovely to see what everybody's doing in this funny time that we're going through. And we might see some rainbows again. Saw lots last week when we went out to clap, didn't we, on the Thursday night? So stay happy and keep crafting. Bye.